So I want to talk about this Overwatch business. For those of you who don't know, Blizzard has just basically canceled their single player for Overwatch 2. Now, a lot of people are angry, and they should be. Blizzard basically sold Overwatch 2 with the promise that more was coming. People were asking, why do we need a sequel to this game? Because it looks like it's just an update to Overwatch 1. This could be an expansion. This can be downloadable content. And Activision Blizzard said that the majority of their dev budget and dev resources were going into this single-player RPG Destiny-like mode. It was supposed to launch with it, didn't launch with it. It was supposed to come out in 2022, didn't come out in 2022. It's supposed to come out in 2023, Blizzard has now canceled it. Now I'm going to say it, I don't like the precedent that this sets. Blizzard sold a whole game on future promise. This is kind of how we sell consoles. Like if you get a console at launch, there's the future promise of games. But that promise is already assumed. We already know that when a console comes out, Sony can't really guarantee games will be on it outside of the games they make. We're just taking that chance that other developers are going to want to develop for it. But in this case, Blizzard specifically promised something, advertised it as the main point of the game, and then didn't deliver after everyone had already bought the game. They pulled the Peter Molyneux, they spored us. But the difference between Peter Molyneux's games and Spore and stuff like that is that they released in a state that was not promised. And anyone who saw their release state was basically like, okay, I could either get this game or not. No one really expected a future update. Sometimes it came, like with No Man's Sky, and things got better, but it didn't always come. Blizzard made Overwatch's single-player PvE like a selling point, like the reason you got Overwatch 2. And then they discontinued Overwatch 1. And I don't have a lot of faith in Blizzard these days, but that's pretty shitty business practice, right? Like, they sold you snake oil. They sold you a lie. And I know that this would never happen, but I do kind of feel like everyone who bought Overwatch 2 deserves, like, I don't know, a little bit of a refund. Not for, like, the whole thing, but, like, for part of it that they're never gonna get. Like, when DLC plans get derailed, that's one thing. But this was, like, a major part of the game that they just didn't deliver on. And this was a AAA purchase. It wasn't, like, a Kickstarter game. I don't know, it just doesn't make me feel good, and I don't want this to set a precedent for dev behavior in the future. I think when you make something a core selling point of your game, that needs to actually exist in your game, or else there should be consequences. I mean, right? Am I the only one who thinks that way? Tell me what you think.